keeping us together in good health and in good spirits. Zevi, I always tell people when they ask me, Rabbi, how many kids do you have? I said, I always answer them, I really don't know. I'm the last one to know. Sometimes people come, Rabbi, how are you? 8 kids? I say, 8? 1 second. Did I miss out somebody? But Zevi is one of 4. We have one family, and that one is divided in many different numbers. But it's one of 1, one of 2, one of 3. Zevi is our one of 4. 13 years ago, on the 7th day of Tavis, which was the 7th day of the Jewish month, it was also the Shabbos day, the double 7. It was the Zion, the 7th day of the month of Tavis, which was that day on Shabbos. Special delivery came to this world. This little boy was born to me and Chani, to our family. And when it came to the bris, which was a week later, which was the Shabbos later, I remember we had an unbelievable snowstorm. We were very well prepared for it. We ordered an in-home minyan, so we had everyone in the house. The moihel, the one who did the circumcision, came to stay with us for that Shabbos. And I even remember Rabbi Katzman, who came all the way tonight with his family from Omaha, Nebraska, was also at Zevi's bris. Yeah, he came in to be with us that Shabbos, and we spent a beautiful Shabbos. And here, 13 years later, here he is, sitting in front of you, celebrating another milestone of 13. As you all know, I'm into numerology. I always look at numbers. You always look at the time when someone's born, the day someone was born, the name you gave them without even knowing how it connects to the day. So by the bris, we name him after his great-grandfather, my mother-in-law's grandfather, whose name was Zev. But they would call him Wolf. So my wife understood that he had 2 names, Zev, Wolf. So we called him by the bris, Zev, which means wolf. So he was a double wolf, Zev, Wolf. So my mother-in-law comes over to me after the bris and says, I don't think, no, they weren't there, but on the phone, she says to us, Zev, I know, is my grandfather, but Wolf, where does that come from? I said, why are you asking me? Speak to your daughter. This was her turn. So we named him double. His name was really Zev, and Wolf was just the nickname to Zev, but we named Zevi Zev Wolf. So he's a double wolf. You all know, tonight, looking at double wolf, then you realize that he was born on the double 7, on the 7th day of the month, Zion Tavis, which happened to be on the 7th day of the week, Shabbos. So he has that double dose of 7 in him. What is 7 in Jewish life? What is not 7 in Jewish life? 7, as you all know, as it pertains to 2 mitzvahs. And I want to say something that you always hear me say, but tonight it's very potent, very applicable to our mitzvah boy. And I asked my son Zevi to get up because this is the time that we give him his special charge of the next years to come. Zevi is a boy that he's like a wolf. He grabs it. If it's something good, he grabs it. And he eats it up. And if he doesn't understand something, he will struggle to understand it. He will make every effort until he has it chewed up, just like a wolf. Till it's chewed and he's comfortable with it. And I know when he is comfortable with the concept, and I know when he's completely strange to him. And you can see it in his eyes. When he gets it, his eyes shine. His face, he starts smiling. And he starts adding to the concept, to other concepts that I didn't even realize it's connected to. But when you lose him, when you talk to him and you lost him, it's like he looks like a boy without a country. He looks lost. A Zev, a wolf. We know in this week's Torah portion, Yaakov blesses all his children before he leaves this world. When it comes to Binyamin, Benjamin, he says, you are to be like a wolf who looks to grab its prey in the morning and grab its prey in the evening and divide it amongst all its children. This pertains also to the service of every Jewish person, every person in general. When we wake up in the morning, it's like our Rosh Hashanah, and when we go to sleep at night, it's our personal Yom Kippur. By night, we go to sleep with begging God to give us another chance so we can wake up and have another chance to have a first impression. And in the morning, we wake up and we thank God for hearing our prayer, giving us the opportunity, and thanking Him, the King of all life, for giving us life another day. So Zevi, today you have reached the milestone of 13. And at 13, you know, like you said in your speech, the mitzvah of tefillin. We find something very interesting when it comes to tefillin. And I want to bring out what the Maimonides brings down. It's based on the second chapter of Ethics of Our Father. What is the proper way for a person to live? How do we approach Torah? To become radical with Torah? To become completely heavenly with Torah? That's not the purpose. We're not angels. If God wanted us to be angels, we wouldn't be here right now. But to become completely secular and bury ourselves in the mundane world, Aretz, that's also not an option. God wants us to have the best of heaven and earth. That's what He says in the first verse of the Torah. Shoreshis Bara Elokim, the beginning, the mindset should be every one of us has all the energies of heaven and earth to make a difference in this world. We have to always be on the right side to be on the right way. We have to always be the left of the right side and the right of the left side. When it comes to tefillin, we find this concept. If you are a righty, if you write with your right hand, you put the tefillin on the left hand, the weaker hand. You bring that strength of God. Is to be the opposite, always going against the tide. If you're a lefty, if your power is in your left side, then you put it on your right hand. This is the middle way. Never getting lost in being radical, never getting lost in the spiritual fire or smoke, but also never burying yourself in the ground. You're always in the middle. You're always taking the middle road. Ask my wife, whenever I travel on the highway, I'm always driving in the middle, between both roads. Yeah, I'm the one you see driving. When you see this guy driving, I'm both. But this is what the letter 7 represents. As you all know, we just celebrated Hanukkah. And Hanukkah, we have something interesting. I spoke about this the 7th night of Hanukkah, so if you heard it, it's okay, you can hear it again and again. We find something very interesting with the menorah. The menorah had three kanim. It had 3 candelabras on the right side, 3 on the left, and the middle one, the 7th one, which represents Shabbos, was facing the Holy of Holies. But the right and the left were facing the middle road. 7 is the middle road. Shabbos, the day of Shabbos, the day that Zevi was born. And don't forget, in Zevi's name, the first letter of Zevi is what?
Zion.
It's a Zion. So this message it's called built in him. Zevi, I give you a bracha, me and mommy give you a blessing. And you always go the middle road, you always be that seventh candelabra, the middle one, that every side of the candelabra, the left and the right, are focusing on. Draw its strength from the seventh one. And the seventh one is focusing the Holy of Holies. So basically, when you see people going left, that's when you go right. When you see people going right, that's when you bring that righteousness to the left side. It's always going against the tide. So may you live putting on that tefillin, which you know that the hand tefillin, we put on 7 straps. Again, number 7. And on the head tefillin, if you look at the both sides of the shalosh, there's a shin of 4. On the right side is the shin of 4, made out of 4, and then there's the shin made out of 3, which together is 7. And that has to be in middle, beinei necha. It has to be between your eyes. It has to be the left of the right and the right of the left. It has to be in the middle. The candles have to be focusing towards the middle, the 7th. Shabbos is the day that connects the week before to the coming week. So may God help that you should connect physically, spiritually, emotionally to everything you do. You should find that silver lining, that divine spark, that divine calling. If you see something good, you thank God. It's great. And if you see something challenging, it's an opportunity to find the godly, the righteous, the divine spark even in that situation. So may you grow up to be a source of nachas. Live up to your name. Never give up. Lo habayshin lamed. You never give up. If you don't understand, you ask. And you turn worlds until you get it clear. Always going in the middle path. And by that, you will grow up, and you grow up to be a chayal. The word chayal means to be a soldier, but it also means chassid, to be a pious individual. Yerushalayim, the yud of chayal, is to be a God-fearing, and lamed stands for lamdin. It's all in one. If you follow the middle path, you have it all. Keep your eyes on the path that you're going to be on, and never lose sight of that 7. So Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. I want to just tell you something interesting that happened last week. Yeah, you can sit down now. And I just want to show you, we had Hanukkah on Ice, which is a program that we do for the children and for the families. And some people I get to know throughout the year, and let me tell you, they got to lighten up a bit, and putting them on the ice is a very good way to start off with. Some of us, by the way, if you know someone that is really tense and really is very carrying a lot of emotional weight on the soldiers, take him to an ice rink and put him on skates and get him to lighten up a bit. But interesting is, not every time we do an event we actually make it through to pay the entire investment that the organization that we run invests in. But this time something interesting happened. He doesn't want to wait for his bar mitzvah. He wants to have 11 more years. Things in the practice. And the event that we sponsored, Hanukkah on Ice, was a cost of $750. This is not a fundraiser, don't worry. And what happened was, everything came back to us, that we invested in the rental, plus $37 profit. The ice sculpture was $250. We had someone sponsor the $200, so the $37 of profit went towards the other $50 to pay the sculpture, so we were left for this event. God left us the number of 13. Because we managed to raise 737. So we were left with the numbers of 13. And 13 in Hebrew is ahava. The word love, ahava, aleph, hey, beis, hey, is 13. So when you're left with the love, when God says, this is all you need to give, is Ahava, is 13. So tonight we gave Zevi his 13. So tonight actually we paid off, celebrating this 13th year, we paid off the whole event that we started on Hanukkah on ice. So anyway, I'm just going to say something. Everything in this world is a sign. Everything that we enter in is a message. God should only help. We should be clear to see it and hear it. And in honor of this Bar Mitzvah, in honor of Zevi, may we all come to that clarity that we're all looking for in our lives, with ourselves, with the ones, with our family members, with everyone around us. And let's hope we should meet again only on happy occasions, only simchas. And it's wonderful to see our friends and families and new friends that we just met this year and the following years ago, and come enjoy with us again in our simchas. May we have the opportunity to reciprocate in your joyous times and enjoy your simchas and celebrate with you all. And let's hope that the next joyous gathering will be with the coming of Mashiach, that will unite all of us and celebrate the next joyous occasion in Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, our capital, Yer HaKodesh. Let this happen even tonight, on the wings of eagles tonight. May we even do the after grace, and finding ourselves when we walk on the Marriott, hey, we're right outside the Holy Temple. So everything is possible today. So l'chaim, if we dream it, it's a reality. Thank you all for coming. Dessert.